Okay, good morning, everyone. Am I audible?
Good morning, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
good
sir.
morning. Yes, good
Yes,
morning.
sir.
So just wait, I am starting. Okay, so good morning, all of you. So we have discussed in our last previous classes, that is our module 2, that is pneumatic controller part. And in this pneumatic controller part, we have discussed different types of components, which is including in this pneumatic controller pump. Okay, so first of all, we have to discuss pneumatic controller. It has different types of classifications, that is single input device, single processing, and signal outputs also. Then we have to discuss different types of push button switch. Okay, and the classification of the push button switch. Then we have to discuss, that is limit switch, pressure switch, solenoids, temperature sensors, piezoelectric sensors. Okay, so these are the basically basic components we have to uses in our pneumatic controller part. So in this module, we have to discuss and the other part, this is tuning of PID controller part. Okay, so in our syllabus, the controller tuning part, it is a one method we have to discuss, that is a Ziegler-Nichols method of this tuning of the controller part. Okay, so first of all, we have to know what is tuning of controller. Okay, so this controller, that means we have to discuss, we have to read all of you in our control system, that is different types of controller part. That means proportional controller, that means P controller. Then we have to discuss proportional derivative, that is PD controller. Then proportional integral, that is PI controller. Then we have to discuss, that is PID controller, that is proportional integral derivative controller part. So this controller tuning, it is involves setting the three constant in this PID controller part. So in this PID controller part, all of you know, here three constant parts are available. That is first one, that is a proportional controller, that is Kp. Then integral controller, that is a Ki. Then D, that means the derivative controller, that is Kd. So this Kp, Ki, and Kd. Okay, so this controller, it is tuning involves the setting the three constant in this PID controller systems. So this is a basically tuning. So next part, why, that is why this tuning is needed in a controller part. Okay, so when you have to use this PID controller part, it has first objective, it is a tuning. Okay, so this main objective is tuning, is a PID controller, that is proportional integral derivative controller, is to adjust the reaction of this PID controller to the set point changes, and it is unmeasured disturbances such that variability of the control error is minimized. That means we have to know when you have to use in these different types of controller in our process control industries or any industries. So this controller part, this PID proportional integral controller part, it has to first objective is tuning. Okay, so this tuning of this PID controller is to adjust the reaction, various types of reactions of this controller part, and it is set point the changes, any changes it is done by the users or automatic control systems. That is this set point, it is changes, and it is unmeasured disturbances. So in this controller part, there are lots of inputs we have to apply at a time. So this input delivered to the by automatic control system or by user. So there are lots of disturbances coming. So this unmeasured disturbance is variability of this control error is to minimize this tuning systems. So this tuning system, it is very important for a controller part. Okay, so first of all we have to know that is the tuning. What is the tuning part? So it is clear all of you what is tuning of PID controller or any controller part? I just recall once again, PID controller tuning, it is the process of finding the value of proportional controller or proportional gain, integral gain, and derivative gains of a PID controller is to achieve desired performance and meet design requirements. Okay, so this is called the tuning of the PID controller or tuning of the any controller parts. So just I am recall PID controller tuning, it is the process of finding the value of the proportional gain, integral gain, and derivative gain of a PID controller is to achieve the desired performance and it meet the design requirements also. So these PID controllers we have to use in our process control industries is everywhere. Okay, because in it has three types of constant value we have to control. We have to know proportional constant, integral constant, and derivative constants also. So this is excellent, but in that case, it if not optimal and performance many applications. So that's why we have to tell this PID controller, it is uses more than 95% in the closed loop industries processes also. So where we have to uses the closed loop techniques. So in this process control industries, we have to uses this uh, PID controller part. So more or less 95% closed loop control systems we have to uses in our industry basis. This is PID controller part. So here you can see this is a one block diagram we have to done. Okay, so this is the input part, all of you know. This is a basically output part. This is a summing point. This is a basically process that is proportional. Here you can see that is a proportional controller, and here TIS for that is system. Okay, any system, that means you have to use this different closed loop system or open loop system or cascade system, something like that. So this KP means proportional controller, TI means that is a reset time, TD means that is the derivative time. Okay, so TI and TD, TI means that is the reset time and TD that is the derivative time. So this is the basically process, and this is the basically plant which is controlled by this proportional controller, that is this controller part also. Then it is also process. This is a one closed loop, that means a one feedback loop we have to attach here. So this is called that is a closed loop control system. So it can be tuned by operators without extensive background in controls. Unlike many other modern controllers we have to use it, that means the feedback controller system, so that are much more complex but often provide only slight improvement also. So this is basically closed loop control systems we have to use this in our process control industries. So the output equation, so this is us by es. We have to know the transfer function. It is the ratio between the output of the desired systems by input of the desired system. So this is also gain of the PID controller or PID controller systems also. This is KP, that means the proportional constant, plus ki, that means the integral controller part, that is the integral constant part, into 1 by s, plus derivative controller, that is kds. Okay, so this is basically dependent, this ki and kd, this is basically dependent. One is the ti, that means the reset time. Okay, and td is the, that is like proportional derivative controller part. It is dependent on the derivative controller part. So this is the one examples of the closed loop control system where we have to use this PID controller part. Okay, it is clear, all of you? No one is response. It is clear or clear not? Okay, anyone any questions? So please
Yes, sir.
ask me. Okay, so next, so we have different types of, that is next question, what are the different types of tuning methods are available in this PID controller system? So in our control system, sorry, 1 minute. So in our control system, this is process control industries, we have to use different types of tuning methods in this process control industries. So there are lots of methods we have to use. First one we have to use, that is the Ziegler-Nichols PID controller part. Okay, then also we have to know that is a relay auto tuning part, that is RA. With number third, pole placement method, and number four, that is a internal model control of the controller part. Okay, so these are the basically different types of controller parts. So first I am recall once again. So there are various types of controller parts, that is a tuning controller method we have to use in our process control industries. First one, number one, Ziegler-Nichols method. It is abbreviated, that is ZN. Okay, ZN, that means the Ziegler-Nichols method. Number two, RA, that means a relay auto tuning method, RA method. Number three, pole placement, that is PP method. And number four, that is internal model control, that is IMC. So these four type tuning of controller part we have to use this different process control industries. But in our syllabus only we have to discuss Ziegler-Nichols tuning controller part. So in your syllabus only available for the Ziegler-Nichols tuning controller method. Okay, so in this slide here you can see why tuning it is PID controller it is required. Okay, so any system, that is process control industries, we have to work in this PID controller systems. This system model it is required for the techniques we have uses. These are the basically different types of method: root locus method, Bode plot methods. And I think all of you read in your control system and advanced control system in fifth and sixth semesters. So this is controller part. Okay, so this is very important. It is related in this PID controller parts also. So these systems, it models may be determined using the system identification techniques, such measuring output for an impulse or another one, this step input pulse. That is two types of measuring outputs we have to techniques we have to use here. One is impulse inputs, another one is the step input part. So these traditional control design methods are less appropriate in these systems. It is also unknown systems, and most PID controller are tuned on site due to machine and process variations also. So when a user it is uses this PID controller part in any process control industries, first of all these users or automatic control system, it is verify the where or which perimeter we have to use this PID controller part. So this is basically decision making system in the on-site due to the machine and process variations also. So this theoretical calculation for an initial setting of the proportional integral derivative parameters, it can be passed using a few tuning rules also. So in this tuning, there are different types of rules are available. So first we have to control these four major characteristics. This is very, very important. So the question is, how do the PID parameters affect system dynamics? So using these four major characteristics of these closed loop control systems, we have to control these four categories, these four characteristics. First one, rise time. Second, overshoot. Number third, settling time. And number four, that is a steady state error also. So this is very important. Okay. So first, rise time. So this rise time, all of you know. Anyone, please tell me what is rise time. And these topics, it is you have to learn in your control system. What is rise time? Anyone? No one. That is rise time. It is the time it taken for a signal to cross a specified lower voltage threshold value to the specified upper voltage threshold. So this is a basically important parameter which is basically uses in our process control industries. This is rise time. It is time taken for a signal to cross a specified lower voltage threshold to the specified upper voltage threshold. So this time it is required. This is called the rise time. And this rise time it takes for the plant output. That is why to rise beyond 90% of the desired level of the first time. Okay. So when you have to see in this PID controller graphical method, that is x-axis and y-axis. So there are lots of curve we have to see, that is S pattern of S, pattern of sinusoidal wave. Okay, so this rise time it is takes the planned output of Y, the rise beyond the 90% of the desired level of the first time also. So this rise time it is very important in a process control industries also. Next, overshoot. Anyone please tell me overshoot? What is overshoot?
Sir, variation of the voltage, sir, variation of the signal, sir, from the steady state values.
Yes, or any others? Okay, so this overshoot, it is a basically what another system, how much the system exceeds the higher value or target value. Okay, that means user uh, setting a target value or setting a value which is how much this system it is exceeds the target value. This is called the overshoot in our PID controller part. So how much the peak level of the higher than the steady state. This is normalized against the steady state also. So this value it is called the overshoot value of this PID controller part. Okay. Next, what is settling time? Anyone? What is settling time?
Sir, time taken to reach its steady state values.
Yes. What is your name?
Abhijit, sir.
Abhijit. Thank you. So little bit knowledge is also. But any others? Anyone except Abhijit? What is settling time? सब आप लोग भूल चुके हो, मतलब ये कंट्रोल नहीं पड़े आप लोग ठीक ठाक से. देखो अब अगर आप प्रोसेस मतलब इसके बाद after BTech, after graduations, you have to work in a process industries. That means that's like a lots of industries. So this controller part, that means how much we have to uses different types of topics in our theoretical or practical knowledge. But इसमें से बहुत सारे टॉपिक्स आप लोगों को रिलेटेड प्रैक्टिकल वर्क में आप लोगों को हेल्प होगा. सो दीज आर द बेसिकली little bit topics we have to know clearly. Okay, so this is very important. So okay, so what is settling time? So this is a basically a time it takes up for the system to converge to its steady state. That means a system it is working. Okay, it is any control systems it is also working. So this output device, this time is elapsed from the application of an ideal instantaneous any step input value with respect to the time, which is amplify the output value. Okay, with the corresponding of the steady state result. So this timing, this starting point to the steady state timing, this timing it is called this in our PID controller part, that is settling times also. So this settling time it takes for the system it to converge to the steady state response also. Another last term, that is a steady state error. So this is another important terms. This steady state error, it is basically difference between this steady state output to the desired output. That means user follow a desired output, that means a setting output system, but result is coming another part. So this error, that means these are the basically difference between this steady state value and desired output. This is basically we have to call the steady state error. So these four major characteristics of this closed loop control systems, we have to follow the tuning system in PID controller part. This is number one, rise time, number two, overshoot value, number three, settling time, and number four, that is steady state error. This is very important. One question is also coming from here. Okay, how do the PID parameters affect system in dynamics? Next, another, this is very important part. This is basically PID controller. How do the PID parameters affect system in dynamics? Okay, so we have to know first one. These are the basically proportional integral derivative controller equation. That's the output equation we have to know. That is US by ES. ES, that is these are the basically ES. We have to know PID controller gain, that is equal to proportional controller plus integral controller into 1 by S plus derivative controller into S, that is equals to the value of the transfer functions. So we know that transfer function, it is a ratio between the output by the input value. So here this is US by ES, that is equal to KP plus KI into 1 by S plus KDS. Okay, so in this proportional integral and derivative controller, these are the three parameters KP, KI and KD. It is basically dependent on the different control. Okay. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.